What is up, guys? PX Cam here, ready for another video. Thank you for tuning into this series I've made on the road to S safety rating. As you can tell here, we are at A safety rating right now, so maybe this race we might be able to get to S safety rating if we don't have any incidents with any cars, as we do our pre-game warm-up of telling everybody having to have a great race and to have a clean race. And yeah, so we jump right into it right here. We are starting in pole, and you can see everybody else that is in this lobby. We're gonna have 16 cars here, and everybody varies from S to B to A safety rating. So it's gonna be a very, very interesting race. We start again in first gear, which I definitely hate about this track and this race right here. But anyways, you can't do anything about it. We are on our way to turn 1 here at the Nürburgring. And we check the map here. We actually see someone's getting a little close. Gets bunted off and actually goes a little wide. And now we have first place in a good, healthy second, or yeah, 1 second lead over second place. So we fast forward here. Just try to save a little bit of gas. You know the deal here already. Save gas, keep it clean. If you are behind a car, just follow him, slipstream and everything. And yeah. So we get back to the end of the first lap, and we are on the straightaway here, heading into the chicane, and we actually see someone's catching up to us. We let them pass through and let the car pass through. I don't know what type of car that is, but they got something saying I'm faster than you. And yeah, we let them go into first place, and we tuck in right behind on the slipstream and do everything we can possible to save gas. So we just follow him right now. Third place is kind of behind us too. He's not too close, not close enough at least to make a move going into turn 1. So we fast forward here. All we do here is just follow the leader, and he actually takes the dirt line, goes wide, coming off of turn 4, I believe. And we start heading more towards the technical area, and he runs wide again, going to the left-hander, takes a very tight line, runs wide, going to the right-hander, and we are now on his back bumper, and we have the Renault right behind us as well. So it's a 3-way battle for the lead going into the hairpin. We brake very early, and he actually runs wide and goes to the gravel, gives us an opening, make a little bit of contact with the Renault, and have to let him go past a little bit, and we actually open the door for the Renault. He takes the position away from us, and now we drop down to P3. So yeah, a little frustrating there because we got a little bumped out of the way, but nothing we can really do right there. Don't want to force the issue, especially since we're trying to get our safety rating back to the S level. We go into this turn, coming off this turn onto the straightaway, heading into the chicane, trying to get into the slipstream and save gas as well as catching up to them to try to stay in the slipstream. Go into the chicane here, brake very early, drop down in third gear, go through it nice and clean, and end the lap here in third position. Go to the final turn and stay in the slipstream. So now we're just gonna fast forward here again. We're gonna jump all the way up to third position here, and nothing actually really happens. So we actually jump all the way up to the fourth lap here. So the fourth lap is where it gets really interesting. So we start getting to the slipstream here, try to make something possible or make something happen here, and we're not close enough to make a move. So we just stay behind the slipstream. Still saving gas. We are very, very good on gas. As you can tell, we have 6.1 laps left on the gauge reading right there, and we only have 5 laps left. So or about 6 laps left. So we're looking really, really good on gas. Again, just staying behind them, staying in the slipstream, managing the fuel. They're actually starting to get a little racy out there, so this is actually going to benefit me. Both take very, very tight lines going into the right-hander. Take a normal line, get a very good exit coming out of that turn, but don't have enough pace to try to catch up to them going into the hairpin. take the hairpin, and he actually bumps the leader out of the way, and we go up to second place. So he bumped him out of the way, and he doesn't get a penalty. So we get very lucky. Well, he gets very lucky that he didn't get a penalty, and we get lucky because we get pushed all the way up to second place and promoted to second place. So we are very close. Now we are on the hunt basically for first place and for the win of the race. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna try to stay behind him as long as I can to try to save us much fuel. So the last 2 laps I can push as hard as I can and just try to build, momentum to pass him in the last 2 laps, and not have to worry about fuel. So we actually get a little bit off the throttle right there, coasted into the chicane, and stay in the slipstream again, going into the very, very last turn. Staying in the slipstream, dropping down to 3rd gear. And we actually don't hit the apex really well, so it's okay. We're just trying to stay in the slipstream. As you can see right there, 5.5 laps of gas left, and about 5 laps left in the race, so we are very, very well on fuel. Fast forward to here, same thing again, minimizing any type of mistakes, staying behind the slipstream, saving gas as well. And jump to right here, and we're actually right on this back bumper, so we don't want to race him because we don't want to end up passing him. It's too early to pass him right now. He can definitely he can try to get behind us and just save fuel and try to attack us on the last 2 laps. So he actually runs a little wide, gets into the grass, and he promotes us up. He promotes us up to first. Like, wow, that was a big tongue twister. And now we're in first, but we don't want to be in first. So you see I'm half throttling it on the straightaway just to try to get him to pass me. And I actually let him pass me, and that might bite us at the end. I actually missed the breaking point and hit him right there, but that pass right there might bite us here going towards the end of the race, because I'm not sure if I should have let him pass me just because we have so much fuel. We actually had enough fuel to try to push the car and try to actually outrun him and get away from him. Jump up here to lap 7 here, and he actually built a little gap in front of us. I actually started making a few mistakes throughout the lap, and actually got him a pretty significant lead. Now he's up a second from us. So what I'm trying to do here is just push the car a little bit more, try to catch up to him, get back to the slipstream, and get us in position to pass him for the lead coming up to these final 2 laps. So yeah, we're actually have the fastest sector right there. So we are definitely pushing the car right now, just trying to catch up to him as best as we can. He runs into the gravel right there and slows himself down a little bit. So we are starting to we're actually looking in a really good position here. We're back in the slipstream, brake right into the hairpin. He actually goes very, very wide, and I try to make a move on the inside, but he's still on the outside of me, so I couldn't really sweep up in front of him without making contact with him. Fast forward here to the 8th lap, stay in the slipstream. You would go purple on both of the sectors. I believe I actually go purple for the lap. We actually get the fastest lap of the race, I think. No, we don't, but we were very, very close to getting the fastest lap of the race. I think we blew it on this last sector, but now we're on lap 8, and this is the part of the race where you have to push it and maximize everything to try to get past the leader and just use all the fuel they have. So you see we saved up 2.7 laps full of fuel, and there's less than 2 laps left, so now we're really on the push. He runs a little bit wide coming off of turn 2, and going into turn 3 and 4, I actually try to make a little move there, showing that I'm there if he makes any other mistake, that I'm going to be right there to make the move on him and pass him for the lead. Staying behind him a little bit, he runs a little bit wide. We take a wide entrance going into this turn, cut back a little bit, stay in the slipstream, and we actually get a very, very good exit. Jump him to the inside, he covers it, jump back to the outside, go into the hairpin, brake a little late, but he brakes later than us, and we make contact with him again, slows our momentum down, and we can't catch back up to him on the throttle. So tuck back right behind him on the slipstream, go up this little hill right here, through the left, through the right, just staying behind him for right now, and just probably gonna make our way into the straightaway, try to get a good slipstream there, and try to pass him on the chicane. So take a wide exit in again, get a great exit out of this turn, get a little loose actually, almost goes into the gravel, and we might be a little too far back now to try to make a move going into the chicane. So just stay in the slipstream, start catching up a little bit more, slow it down on the 100-meter board, hit the apex first, second, and he actually gets a little loose coming out the exit. So now we're getting into the final lap. So this is where it's starting to get really antsy. We still have about a lap and 1.8 laps of fuel left. So we have plenty of fuel to try to push the limits to try to pass him going into the very, very last lap. And so he's covering the inside. We try to make a move on the inside, but we see that it's closing up. So we go to the outside, try to see if we can make a maneuver on the outside, and he covers it, cuts back, and we are now on the outside heading into turn 3 and or turn 2 right here. And he keeps the inside. We try to do another cutback right there, but he covers the inside going into this turn right here. So we lose all the momentum. We hit the outside, going back to the inside, doing everything that we can to try to do as many cutbacks as we can to pass him for the lead. And now we go back into the slipstream, and behind him, just fall right in line, going into this little technical part of the left and the right. See if we get a good exit, since we've been able to get a really good exit off of this turn right here. He actually brakes, slows down on the apex, so we bump right into the back of him, lose all momentum. We have no way of getting up to him onto this hairpin, so just follow the line again, take a wide exit, try to get a great exit, or take a wide entrance, try to get as best as the exits we can, and follow him again. So time is starting to run out from me here, and we're almost all the way toward to the end of the lap here, and the end of the race actually. So we try to make a late lunge right here, and we actually bump into the back of him. That was my mistake. Braked way too late. Take a very, very wide entrance in here and get a very great run. Now I'm trying to see which way I can try to maneuver around him. I try to take the outside here. I get pushed over to the grass a little bit, lose a little bit of momentum, but still stay in the slipstream, go back to the inside of this turn, cuts it back to the outside, and I outbrake him and actually turn into him, and we make contact, and I lose first position, and he actually is going to run away with first position heading to the final turn here. And it's very devastating end to this race, as we had shaped it up to be very, very good on our part, and guess second place. Yeah, I mean, there was really, looking back, there's a couple of things I would have done differently going into that final sector of the last lap, but definitely had enough fuel to push the car even further, and probably even start our attack a little earlier. But he covered the spaces, and we had a really, really good race, really difficult race there, a really physical one. So yeah, that was the end of the race. We finished second, and yeah, I believe we get up to S safety rating. Yeah, so if you guys like what you guys saw, again, subscribe, click the notification down below to notify whenever I make a new video, and leave a like, helps out the channel a lot. As you can tell right there, we actually get an S ranking safety rating, so we accomplished our goal, and yeah, awesome. So catch you guys in the next video. Thank you again for watching. Guys, have a great day.